Welcome to the VACo Premier Partner Spotlight Series. With me today is one of our premier partners, Mark Hutchinson, CEO and founder of Blue Line Solutions. Mark, it's great to have you back with us again and
Love it
participating
here.
in the series.
Thank you for allowing me to be back. I love it here.
Now, Blue Line Solutions is a company built around public safety, speed enforcement programs in school zones and construction zones all throughout the country. And we're just now getting involved in this. You all are just now trying to get involved in this in Virginia. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And part of your program that we've been, I guess, really watching and been involved, wanted to know more about, is your public information and education components of your program. I think that's known as PE&I. Tell me a little bit more how this public education, public information works and how it can serve Virginia counties.
So my background is as a law enforcement officer and working for the governor's highway safety offices in Georgia and Tennessee. And I took the model from the Click It or Ticket program that was administered by NHTSA back in 2000. So the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration rolled out Click It or Ticket with a new model. And that model was based on public information and education combined with enforcement. So what we started doing in Click It or Ticket was doing seatbelt surveys and just watching people drive by our location on a particular street and marking down whether or not they were wearing seatbelts. So that gave us a baseline of people wearing seatbelts and a seatbelt usage rate. Then through public information education, you started to see pamphlets show up in health departments and police departments, and the Click It or Ticket banners show up on fences all around the country. All of that was part of public information education to advise people that seatbelts are important. Then you started seeing the Click It or Ticket commercials come on TV. And that was also a warning as well as PE&I. Law enforcement is going to be out in 2 weeks, Click It or Ticket. So after the Click It or Ticket commercials on TV, what happened? Law enforcement officers got out into the community and wrote seatbelt tickets for those violators. After the 2 weeks of enforcement, then we did more seatbelt surveys to see if the needle moved, if more people were wearing seatbelts at the end of the program versus at the beginning. So we use this approach for school zone and construction zone enforcement by collecting speed data before the program starts. And this allows us to determine if there is a problem, and if there is a problem, how big the problem is. Then each phase of our program is then measured to see if there's a reduction in the number of speeders in those zones. In every case thus far throughout the United States, we have seen a reduction anywhere between 62.5% and 91%, depending on the locality. So by measuring the effectiveness, we can show that we're having an impact on those particular speeding problems. And nationally to date, we have a 91% reduction among all speed zones that we're working in nationwide. So it's a very effective program. Click It or Ticket was the program that proved that public information and education is the key, because public information alone doesn't work. If there's no bite to the bark, nobody will pay attention. But likewise, enforcement alone doesn't work, meaning that only the people that get citations actually pay attention. So the combination of public information and education and enforcement are the key to a successful program, and that's what we do with the True Blue automated speed enforcement program.
Mark, it sounds, I guess, in summary, a little bit, it sounds like that what you're doing is changing motorist behavior, teaching people to slow down in construction zones, slow down in those school zones, and is protecting all those the kids out there in the school zones and all those construction workers.
That's exactly what this is designed to do. The same thing that we did with Click It or Ticket, and that is change driving behavior, whether it's put on a seatbelt or simply slow down in these zones where people are more vulnerable, whether it's our children or construction zone workers.
Just a note to our audience that may be listening or maybe watching. Look at our County Connections newsletter. We're going to be having several series explaining what Blue Line Solutions does and how it can enhance, I guess, enhance the safety of your school zones and construction zones in your county. So, Mark, thank you for being with us here, and we hope to talk to you a little bit later in the series.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.